Hey you going RPG fans, tonight I'm going to show off all my PSP RPGs. Now, last night I tried to record this video a lot of times, but I had problems with the YouTube uploader, and every time that it did work I would always go over the 15-minute mark because apparently I like to gab on and go off a tangent when talking about my PSP games, because for all of you out there that don't know, the PSP is my favorite system of this generation. There's just so many wonderful RPGs to be had on this system, and a lot of great remakes of games that were not really so much available early on in the days of like the Mega Drive and the SNES and the PlayStation 1, and basically companies like Square Enix took a chance and made some remakes for the PSP, and it really worked out fantastically. I hope they do continue to do so. I've always wanted them to reconsider trying to re-release Chrono Trigger, because I reckon it'd be absolutely perfect on the PSP. But like I said before, I'm going off a tangent, so before I go any further, I'm just gonna go straight to my games. First up, I have Castlevania Dracula X Chronicles, Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII. Not really an RPG, but I do believe this belongs in the pile because there are some heavy RPG elements in this wonderful, wonderful game of the Final Fantasy franchise, and that is Dissidia Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy 2, Gurman, A Monstrous Adventure, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, Shin Megami Tensei Persona. Just very quickly, this is from the US. In Australia, we only have a downloadable copy. I said, no way, I want a box copy, and it's wonderful. Persona 3 Portable, Phantasy Star Portable, Phantasy Star Portable 2, Star Ocean First Departure, Star Ocean Second Evolution. I actually played those games both back to back during January and enjoyed my experience very, very much. Valkyria Chronicle 2, Valkyrie Profile Lenneth, and of course the last three, the big three of my English collection is East Arkham Pishtum, East 7, and East Felghana. So those are actually all my English PSP games. Very quickly, here is my very tiny but very humble Japanese collection, and that is East Felghana Japanese Edition, the E7 Japanese Special Edition, which comes with a drama CD, and last but not least, probably my favorite of the PSP collection, and of course that is Gensu Suikoden 1 and 2. So those are all the games. Now, like I said in a earlier recording, I nearly talked about every game in detail. That's because I absolutely love this system, and I don't just like the games I play on it, I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. And hopefully there is more love to have in this checklist that I wrote. Now, there's not much compared to the DS list, but the games are far more desirable in this list. So first up we have Adventures to Go, Adius Eclipse Generations of Chaos, Alien Syndrome, Ape Quest, which I just found out is not available in UMD outside of Japan, so I might take that off. It looks pretty fun though, so I might reconsider it. Ash the Nishia Story, Blade Dancer The Lineage of Light, Breath of Fire 3. I actually did own a copy of Breath of Fire 3, need to get another one. Great game. I played the original PlayStation 1 version. Brave Story, New Traveler, Cluedan, this is an RPG, Class of Heroes, Crimson Gen Saga, Dungeon Explorer, Dungeon Maker 1 and 2, Dungeon Siege Throne of Agony, Half Minute Hero, and I'm going to pronounce this wrong. I think nearly every RPG fan has pronounced this wrong. It's Hex's Force by Atlas. I love the name of this game. Holy Invasion of Privacy Badman. What did I do to deserve this? Classic. Jacandia, The Timeless Land. Kingdom of Paradise, otherwise known as King of Heaven. I have actually played that and have beaten it. I did sell that with my first PSP back in the day. As you've already know, I actually, to begin with, wasn't fond of the PSP. It wasn't until years later that I got another one, and that's when the golden age period of this renaissance of RPGs just appeared for the PSP, and ever since then, it's become my favorite. But during that first year that I had my original PSP, there wasn't really many games to be played. There wasn't really many RPGs, and I had Breath of Fire 3, and I did have Valkyrie Profile, and I did have Key of Heaven, but for some odd reason, I don't know what happened, I just got rid of it. I kind of did regret it, but as I say, things do happen for a reason, and it did end up for the best. I ended up getting another 2000 model, and then I ended up getting a 3000 model off my brother. So it worked out very well. Continuing on with the checklist, we have Legend of Heroes 1, 2, and 3 from Namco, and yes, they are the botched versions. Apparently they're not that good, and what's even worse is they got the numbering wrong. 1, 2, and 3. 3 is actually the correct one. Legend of Heroes 3 is the original Legend of Heroes 3. 1 and 2 is actually 4 and 5, so that was a horrendous big faux pas on Namco's behalf. And besides that, I do want to collect all the Trails of the Sky trilogy. And for all of you out there that don't know, Trails of the Sky actually counts as Legend of Heroes 6, but it's broken up into 3 parts. Then we got Lunar Silver Star Harmony, Mana Crimea Student Alliance, Mimana Ilia Chronicle, Monster Hunter Freedom 1, 2, and Unite. I feel like getting my Monster Hunter on for some reason. Monster Kingdom Dual Summoner, Neverland Card Battles, No Heroes Allowed, Po Lacroix, Riviera the Promised Land, Silverfall. Not really a Japanese RPG, but I've seen that for real dirt cheap, so I might pick it up and give it a go. Spectral Souls Resurrection of the Ethereal Empires, Tales of the World Radiant Mythology, Valhalla Knights 1 and 2, Warriors of the Lost Empire, Igra Union, ZHP Unlosing Ranger vs Dark Death Evil Man, Tactics Ogre, Tales of Eternia, and I believe that Valkyria Chronicles 3 is going to be released this year, so that's definitely on the list. Alrighty, those were all the English games that I desire. Like always, I have a Japanese list, but I gotta say, out of all my Japanese lists, all the games on this are games I actually want to import and play very badly. First up, we have the remake of Growlancer. Then we've got the Iryu Densetsu Sorinoku Seki, which is Legend of Heroes Trail of the Sky in Japanese, and I do want the Japanese copies as well as all the English ones. Then we got Princess Crown. I really want to play Princess Crown. For all of you that don't know, that was the game that was made before Odin Sphere, a very long time ago. But the team who made Princess Crown later on made Odin Sphere. If you really love Odin Sphere, then in some shape or form you should really try and play Princess Crown. It was originally a Sega Saturn game, but it got ported to the PSP. And that's one thing that I love about the PSP, is there's a lot of Saturn games that get ported over to it. And in some ways the PSP reminds me of the Sega Saturn, just its ill fate. But to me, both consoles stand as some of the truly great of our time, and house some of the best RPGs. Good thing is that some of those RPGs are ported to the PSP. Okay, next up we've got Wrestle Cross, Brandish Dark Remnant, The Last Ranker, Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner. That's actually one of the Sega Saturn games that was ported. Then we got Tales of Destiny 2, Tales of Eternia, Tales of Fantasia Full Voice Edition, Tales of Fantasia Narakiri Dungeon X, Tales of Rebirth, Tales of the World Radiant Mythology 2 and 3. This one's going to be tricky to pronounce. It's Zil Ol Infinite Plus, Zwei, and lastly, the number one game I really want to play on my PSP is Kyoryu, I might pronounce this wrong, Kyoryu Ryoga Gotoku, and I think it translates to Black Level Black Panther. What that is the Yakuza game on PSP, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. And what's even really cool is there's a live action TV show that was also made around the time of the game, and personally I actually want to play the PSP game and then see if I can track down some subtitled version of the TV show, because I just reckon that'd be sick. Anyway guys, that was my entire PSP collection. Just some fun trivia. At one stage I actually considered this channel just to be dedicated to PSP RPGs, because I was really sure that I was going to get a full collection, and in some ways I usually put PSP games first. The reason why I kind of stopped doing that is because like I said before, I know in my heart of hearts that this is going to be the final big year for the PS2. Everyone wants to get rid of their stock. I see some rare RPGs just go for insane amounts of money by retailers that don't understand its worth, which is very good for me because I can pick them up for cheap. So really, as far as collecting goes, the PS2 games are atop the list. But if I really want to get games purely to actually pop in and enjoy, I will always focus on the PSP because I have such a great love for the system. And for all of you that's just thinking about getting one, please do. It's one of the best investments you'll ever make, and there's just some truly wonderful exclusive RPGs to be played on the system. Anyways guys, just want to make one quick announcement. There's a good chance that tomorrow is going to be my final day on YouTube for a long time. So I've decided that I'm going to be on YouTube for nearly all day. I'm going to make a couple of videos and a last farewell video, and I'll be kinda trying to catch up on any comments I've missed, and just pretty much sussing out the rest of my collection. I'm not going to show the full collection per se. I was going to only show one bit of it, then be done with it. Then I'm going to have a surprise video. It pertains to something that's behind me, and then I'll probably do my farewell video. So until tomorrow guys, thank you for watching.